Hey guys, it's your girl Bree and I'm back with a video to talk about the products I use and some little hair care tips for Johann's virgin hair that might help you out. It's been working for me, so I definitely wanted to share that. And in the last video I was talking about some stuff and I didn't have the stuff in front of me. So now that I have gathered it all together, I want to definitely talk about some products that help keep the hair really nice, I guess. This is the Brazilian wavy I have in that I did my first video on. So I came back to it and it's just, I love it. I thought I was going to have to do a Triplex on it just because I felt like the ends, they were looking just crazy. But I'm using these products, and I hadn't wore the wig in a while, so I was just like, from it sitting in my closet, I was like, I just really need to like do something to bring it back to life. But I just used the stuff I had that I'm going to show you today, and I mean, it just feels really good. And this is not in its natural state or thing. This is Brazilian wavy, so it is flat iron bone straight, and it got so straight and it feels so good. But it does still wave. Like, I don't have a picture, but right when I washed it and had it sitting on a mannequin head, it was still wavy, and it looked really pretty wavy. But I wanted to flat iron her because I never wear her like bone straight. I always wear her typically curled. So I'm actually feeling bone straight, like it's really pretty. But for those that don't know, I do wear the no hair out unit, so none of my hair is out. I don't do the blending thing. So yeah, everything that you'll see will be no hair out units for a while, I should say. Maybe until summer, and even then I can sew them down, so probably still will be the no hair out units, not a sewing. But moving on, so I've showed you the straight hair that looks like how the Brazilian wavy gets bone straight, but the hair that comes bone straight, the straight hair. And for those, I feel like you can use the same things because it doesn't require a lot of maintenance for that hair. But after I do talk about what I use for that, then I'll go into what I use for this baby, which is the Brazilian curly. Don't judge me, but I use this stand to dye hair and things. So she's not that pretty, okay? She's not. But don't look at her. You know, her hair is cute though, right? Okay. But this is my Sasha Fierce unit. But everybody loves this color, so I love this wig. This is a Brazilian curly, but this requires a little more, to me, a little more maintenance, and especially because it's got so much bleaching done to it. This definitely, and I didn't put another, like I didn't lift it and then put color on it. This definitely requires a lot of love. And because it's Brazilian curly hair requires more love anyway. So I'll tell you kind of what I might do different for that. Also, what I might do different for this one because it's color. So rambling, let me get right into it. Okay, so for Brazilian wavy or straight hair, I typically do the same thing except for if it's colored. So my thing is, like in all my videos I say, I don't feel like you need to wash your hair per se so much, depending on what type of person you are. If you're the type of person who don't put nothing on it, I don't feel like you probably need to like wash it with shampoo. When I say wash, I don't mean like don't wash your hair every week or every 2 weeks. I mean like you don't need to use shampoo. So instead of shampooing it, I say co-wash. Co-wash is always good to treat the hair, especially if it doesn't have a lot of buildup. It probably really doesn't even need to be stripped clean. It just needs to be moisturized. So typically I don't shampoo that much unless like I didn't do it like how I typically do it every week. And if I didn't do that, or if I was putting a lot of product on it, or somehow or putting a lot of oils and I just feel like it's really heavy and if I don't like that, then I'll use shampoo. But I only use shampoo once, and then I go in with conditioner and co-wash it, and then I let the conditioner sit. So for shampoos, like I said before, typically I use the Alpui line. This isn't it, but I go to a palmistry school, so I have fell in love with certain products, and Alpui definitely is one of them. This just, to me, well, one, it smells really, really good. So I love that. But it's also, this is the Moisturizing Lather Shampoo. So it gives you that, you know, it gives you that moisture into your hair. So it doesn't really strip it. And it is sulfate free, which is always a good thing. So I definitely love this line. And typically I follow that. And I co-wash, or if I don't even use this, I use the Keratin Cream Rinse, which is the same line by Paul Mitchell. Am I saying that you need to use that? No, I'm not, because I said it in my other videos. If you don't have that, then to me, I like organics. Like, organics is really good. And this is what I was using before I started using any Paul Mitchell stuff. The organics, and I would co-wash with the conditioner. And then I had the shampoo as well, and I would just kind of like alternate. And this is the Moroccan Argan Oil one. Some people use the coconut. I mean, they come out with different ones, so it's just whatever you like. I used to, even before that, use herbal essence, but I kind of like the organics more, so I just stuck with the organics. But herbal essence used to work really good too. So that's what I would do on straight or wavy hair. And then, of course, I put this on everything, so I'll go ahead and say this now. I use the Organics Moroccan Argan on everything, and I literally take, like, when I tell you guys that I don't put a lot on there, like, I let it drop, like, I don't even know if you can see that, but you can't even barely see it. It's, like, literally a little dime size. And, during, like, when it's dry during the week, if I feel like it's just dry, I just pay attention to the ends, and I go like that. And then I, like, kind of, like, make sure it gets on my fingertips, and I run it through. After I get done doing my washing and I've deep conditioned, which means either I let it sit overnight sometimes on my hair, or I do a method where, yes, I put it in a plastic bag and I put it in the microwave for like 2 to 3 minutes just to give it like that heat. And these are for units. Now, if you have a sew-in, wash your hair, you know, in the shower like this, or co-wash your hair. And then if you want to do a deep condition, how I used to do when I did sew-ins was either, I rarely ever sat under dryer. Typically, I would put a shower cap on my head and put like a scully, not even a scully cap, like a beanie for when it's cold, like the wintertime, the thick beanies on my head. And I would walk around all day because your head generates heat anyway. So, like, and I would just keep that on for hours or overnight and then rinse out in the morning. That was my deep condition. So those are always options. But as far as if you're wearing like units and wigs and stuff, take it off. And I used to put it in a plastic bag and put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes. One time I tried 5 minutes and oh God. Okay. So like for like 3 minutes to let it get that heat, and then I keep the bag tied up and I take it out and I let it sit there for a few minutes, and then I might rinse it out. It just depends on how much you think your hair needs to be treated. If you have a mannequin headstand, then you can always still do it the same way by like sitting it under a hooded dryer. I've done that too. So yeah, but after I've done all that, then I'll sometimes take that while it's damp and put it on the hair. So because typically I let my units air dry. So I do that anytime I wash it, like right before I'm about to let it air dry. I like take about that size or maybe a little bit more, and I really focus and concentrate on the ends, and then I definitely rub it like within the unit on all the hair just to make sure, and I go like that, just to make sure that like that oil gets on there. And when it air dries, it feels so soft. Like it really feels like this without even the flat iron being ran through it. It feels really good. So that's what I do. For when it comes to like bone straight hair and wavy hair. Only difference I would do if it came to you coloring your hair. If you lifted it to a blonde or something, colors that you're not worried about fading, then I would still do that method. But really, if you do any color, like if you're doing, I don't know, really any color, and you don't want to have to reapply. I mean, on extensions, you know, you're not getting like new growth, and you're not getting you know, it's not growing out, so it's not doing that. But like stuff like this, like reds fade so bad. I don't know. I've been really lucky with this one. And when I wear this, I wash it once a week, and it really hasn't faded. Like, I haven't had to do a touch up on it. And it just hasn't. But for a lot of people, and depending on the brand you use, it fades really, really fast. Now, when it comes to that, I always suggest that people do color protect, or not necessarily what I'm using, but something that says color safe, or that's going to protect your color, so it has the ingredients needed to kind of protect what protect your color, and it's not going to strip it, because some strip it. So what I do use, and you can always cocktail it, I don't use the same shampoo and conditioner when it comes to if I'm doing color protect stuff. So I do use the Paul Mitchell, I don't know if it's going to focus, Color Protect Daily Conditioner. So I'll use the Alapui first, or if I want to, the organics. And then I use the Color Protect Conditioner. So it just doesn't strip my color, which might be a reason why this stays. Because anytime I wash this one, I use Color Protect Conditioner. I don't use any other conditioner. And that has been keeping my hair together. Now, if you have straight hair, or if you have the Brazilian curly hair, if you have hair that you took it to a really high blonde where it's just a given that it's going to somewhat damage the hair, because when you bleach anything, I don't care how good the hair is, you're technically damaging it. Like this hair, technically I damaged it because I did bleach it first before I put the color on it, but you wouldn't know that because I brought it back to life. So you really have to treat the hair. And with this one, she has to get treated a lot because of all these tones of blonde. So with curly hair, or hair that's been really like just through the wire with color, whether it be wavy or straight, that might start to feel a little rough to you or whatever, or if you got some hair in your closet that you like, I don't think I can use it no more. Yes, you can, because if you use, to me, I've brought back a lot of extensions, even some extensions that I honestly think were really bad because they just went, hair was dry, it was tangling, it was just really horrible. I was able to manage because of using this. And I know this line has like shampoos and stuff, and I haven't tried that because I've kind of been liking what I've been working with, but I definitely always try to keep this on me, and I'll try to deep condition with this, which is when I do either under the dryer or in the bag in the microwave type thing, or overnight and just do it if you have a sew-in. But this is the Silicone mix, and I think that says by Avanti. I love this stuff. Okay, cold wash with it. Definitely deep condition with it. It brings any extensions back to life, and definitely wherever your rough spots are, which typically are a lot of times people's ends, really focus on that. I typically, especially for the Brazilian curly one, I definitely like leave it on for a while and let it really get in there. And this has brought all my extensions back to life. They feel so soft. They just feel great. So I recommend this for people, especially when you're coloring. Like, Johann's hair is already good. Like, I don't feel like I have to use this. I keep this for when I'm like doing blondes and stuff, because I feel like that hair really needs it. It gets, the hair, when you go blondes, it gets dry. It just, there's no, really avoiding that. So I always use this on anything that's colored. And like this one, typically I don't need to, but if I ever feel like it's dry, then I go to this. Otherwise, I use my Color Protect and I'm fine. But like on anything bleach blonde, when you get into platinums and you're doing all that, when you're doing these crazy ombres where you want the baby blue at the bottom, yeah. So I definitely love this, and people should definitely get this because it'll bring your hair back to life. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, I will be doing a review on her soon, if you guys want me to, if anybody is interested in the Brazilian curly, because I love the Brazilian curly, and I do need to do a review on it just to talk about or have people understand what you're going to get. The Brazilian curly originally did look like this, and then it changed, of course, for me doing, all this color and stuff on it. And then now, of course, because I've been putting heat to it. So I'll definitely try to get up a review about this and talk about this. And this is a no hair out unit as well. It's just a flip over method. But if you have any requests, let me know, and I'll definitely put the links to Johann stuff as I try to all the time. Sorry if it didn't work initially on my last video, but I definitely hope to see you soon, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye, y'all.